Hi guys, and welcome to my episode 1 review of Kamen Rider Gavv. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. So the episode starts off with our main protagonist, Soma, that's his name. He's in this other world and he's being chased by this mysterious villain who's, blasting, laser guns at him. And Soma's trying to escape him. He's in this weird dimension or world where there's a bunch of doors and like stairs. It's really trippy and really weird and really cool at the same time. So Soma is trying to escape this mysterious villain, and he lands on this door, and he's on a in that he lands on this door, and eventually the door takes him into like this plane that's this plane that's in the air, and Soma's like crashing down, literally crashing down in the sky, and we see our main villain just looking on. Evil, looking on, being evil, and we see Soma ends up on a beach, and we see this young boy founds him. The boy thinks he's dead, but we found out the boy's name is Hajime. So Hajime, the young boy, finds our main character Soma on a beach, unconsciousness, and Hajime thinks he's dead, but eventually Soma's like, hey, got any food? I'm really hungry. And so Soma, tags along with Hajime, and Hajime is like, you're a shady guy, but I guess I can give you some food. And so Hajime takes Soma back to, essentially his, sort of like hangout sort of garage where his mom has, and essentially like his sort of secret like hangout. And so Hajime gives Soma some candy, and Soma's, really, likes candy. Like, he's like, this is so delicious. This is so delicious. It's so good. I never had candy like this. And Hajime thinks it's, a little strange that he hasn't had candy. But he also finds out that Soma is not human. And Soma is actually, half human, half something else. I don't know what he is. We don't find out what sorry, let me rephrase that. We found out Soma is something else, but I forgot the name of what's, Soma's, sort of species or race is. But basically, Soma's like, Soma is half human, half something else, which I forgot. But basically, Soma does have super strength, which we found out a little bit later. But basically, Soma, enjoys candy, and we found out, Hajime is gonna go see his mom. So eventually, Hajime and Soma, are going out together, walking on the street, and we cut to a shady man, we cut to an evil, shady man, getting this mysterious, like, evil candy looking thing, which will give him, like, his monster form. Like, we found out the villain of the week for this episode is another, a person from Soma's world, and Soma's, world. And we found out that, the mysterious dealer that gives our villain of the week this evil candy is actually the villain that was trying to kill Soma in the beginning. So we cut to Hajime and Soma, they're doing something, and Hajime's trying to go see his mom, but eventually Hajime almost gets hit by a truck, and then Soma saves him. And we found out Soma does have super strength in his base form, and his human form, base form, and Hajime is all shocked. And we found out Soma's like apologizing to the truck drivers for destroying their truck, and Hajime is like, you're strange but cool. And so Soma and Hajime become friends. And then we found out Soma does have a flashback of his past, of him as a kid, and him as his mom, and his mom is like, you can't eat our candy, and you got to keep your powers at bay. And we found out Soma's having basically, we found out later on in the episode that Soma does, have like a traumatic, backstory. But we cut to Hajime and Soma, they're, buddy, and we eventually, find out that Hajime explains that his mom is back in town. She was working overseas, and that his older brothers, living with is, taking care of him. And we found out, that Hajime is, it wants to have some friends. And so Soma is like, Soma wants to protect Hajime, and he wants to also protect him. But also we found out Soma's he has his main transformation device, the Gavv driver, or just the Gavv in general, has these little candy minions, which is our gimmick for the series, our little toy gimmick for the series. Our main transformation gimmicks are like these like little candy shaped, like sort of like monster things. And he's like, oh, my minions, these must be where I get my powers from. And he's like, that's cool. And we cut to Hajime, is walking by himself, and we see like the monster of the week's like, you seem very happy, I want to eat you up. And Hajime's like, you're shady and creepy. So Hajime tries to get away from this freak, and he's in like this warehouse, or like this like like these like crates or whatever they're called. And the monster week is like, I'm gonna kill you and eat you up. So he transforms into his monster form, and Hajime is like all scared. And then freaking Soma shows up, is like, I'll protect you, leave the boy alone. And so Soma tries his best to defeat the monster, but he's not strong enough. And he remembers something that his mom protected him while he was getting away, and that his mom paid the price, and that she's and that she's been captured and by the main villains. And Soma's like, I don't want to fail my mom, but also I want to protect Hajime, my friend. And so Soma gains the power to transform into Kamen Rider Gavv, and the transformation sequence is pretty awesome. Yes, they're CGI heavy, a bit CGI heavy, and the fight scenes for episode 1, for the final scenes of the episode, is a bit CGI heavy, but it's not that bad. I've seen worse, but it's pretty cool anyway. But we see Soma transforms into Kamen Rider Gavv, and that he fights the monster, and that he's getting good at fighting the monster, and he uses his candy gimmicks, summon his sword, and he slashes the monster, and the monster transforms into this hound looking form, this demonic hound form, try to escape and try to kill more civilians. And then Soma summons another rider machine that he has, which is an ATV looking thing. So he uses his ATV looking thing to catch up to the monster. And I forgot to mention, we also do meet another one of our main characters. I forgot his name, but he's a journalist, and he's trying to discover some big mysteries that's going on with people getting killed and disappearing. So we meet one of our main characters and supporting characters. But I do forgot his name, but he's a journalist, and we see him like recording, like he's seeing him like saying, oh, it's a monster and a weird guy and some other monster fighting. And so he's trying to gather a story up, a big scoop, if you would. We cut to Soma fighting the monster, and we get to see Soma using his final attack, using his final attack, which is like a gummy attack rider kick to destroy the monster. And we see that the monster is destroyed, and Soma wins the day. And then we cut to Hajime, getting a letter from Soma saying that I promise to protect everyone, and protect everyone that I will, and I promise to keep my identity a secret from others. And Hajime is like, it's really sad that Soma left, but we cut to Soma, and he has another one of his rider machine, which is his main bike that he used throughout the series, and he's riding along. And we cut to a woman, just walking around, doing her daily day. And we see the woman meeting Soma unconscious again. And then the episode ends off there. So what do I think about episode 1 of Kamen Rider Gavv? It was a solid start to the series. A good first episode. Loved the characters. Loved the hints of the backstory and lore that we got for the series. I really like Soma so far as a main character. Love his relationship with the supporting characters and the side characters. And I like the fight scenes. Well, yes, they're a bit CGI heavy. The fight scenes are pretty good. Love the main suit for Kamen Rider Gavv. I know a lot of people are a little bit mixed and a little bit like me are supporting for the whole candy / gummy gimmick for this Kamen Rider series and the main rider himself. I personally like the main motifs for Kamen Rider Gavv. I do like the main suit of Kamen Rider Gavv. It's pretty unique, pretty flashy. I like flashy looking suits. I love colorful looking suits. But other than that, this was a solid first start for the series and a solid first episode. Overall, this episode was pretty good, and I highly recommend watching Kamen Rider Gavv, the first episode, if you're interested in getting into Kamen Rider, or you just want to see Kamen Rider in general. I highly recommend watching Kamen Rider Gavv as a first start. But other than that, this episode was pretty good, and other than that, this is going to be pretty much it for this video and review. I hope you guys can stay tuned for more Kamen Rider Gavv reviews on the channel, and stay tuned for more content and more cool videos on the channel. I do plan on doing more other content than Tokusatsu. I'm planning on doing more Gundam content, doing more Transformers, doing more non-Toku content, doing more other content on the channel, and I do plan on doing a movie review of Ultraman Rising whenever I do watch Ultraman Rising, so stay tuned for that, along with doing more cool stuff on the channel, and just stay tuned for more cool stuff on the channel. Other than that, this is pretty much going to be it for this video. Make sure to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.